Led you to get recovered?
That drugs were destroying my life. I could not stop taking drugs. It was getting worse.
How low did you get?
I was addicted to crack, and you're good at this, journalism. I think there's a future for you in this, because I've noticed you're able to follow the line. That's a very good skill. Pursue it.
Gotta listen, go with it, go with the flow.
It was crack and heroin, Larry. Like, I started to, with like sort of pretty ordinary recreational drugs that all seemed fun, and I'm sure are fun if you have that type of personality. But for me, in the end, I got into like taking crack and heroin because they're more effective, more powerful.
So you were doing that when I interviewed you the last time?
No, that was me trying my hardest to be polite. I've been like 15 years clean.
You came to my home.
Hold on a minute. I didn't come to your home on crack and heroin.
No?
I'd been clean about 10 years then, mate. I'm 15 years clean nearly. I wasn't in your house going through your wife's underwear drawer looking for crack and heroin.
Good.
Although what I found in there was perhaps worse. Some of the underwear is extremely morally dubious, and I would like to know what goes on in that marriage. No, you came to my home. I was clean then, Larry.
How low were you that you were able... What was the step you took? What was the first step of the... How did you manage to break it?
Through other people helping me. Like, what happened was it was getting worse because, like, crack and heroin... A lot of people that use that are street sleepers. A lot of people are homeless. So I was using with a lot of homeless people. I wasn't homeless myself. In fact, I was starting to do okay in media. But I was hanging out with a lot of homeless people, and on one occasion I went to sort of like what you'd call a low-level celebrity shindig. Like, not top celebrities. We're not talking Jack Nicholson here. No, I'm talking about sort of people that might crop up, like sort of orangey people with very white teeth that come on very early in the morning and act too jolly. That kind of level. I was with those guys and the homeless. Now, you could see why the homeless were so appealing if I was hanging out with them. Anyway, I went to a party with them. I was hanging out with homeless people, and people thought, well, this is an odd juxtaposition, these homeless people and low-level celebrities. What's going on in this guy's life? And the man that managed me at the time said, what type of drugs exactly are you taking? And I told him, and I was introduced to the first 12-step recovery person I ever met, a man with the sort of almost Dickensian name of Chip Summers, because it's a name that sounds quite jolly, but Chip Summers, in fact, was a armed robber and a heroin addict who at that time was 15, 16 years clean and ran a treatment centre that used the 12-step principles to get people clean.
Do you remember why you started?
Pain. Pain. When I was a kid, I felt very bereft and very alone and very lost, and like there was something else. This I feel still, Larry. There is something else. There is some mystery that is very difficult for us to contact as long as we feel caged and grounded by materialism. I accept that we live in this material world and we have to come to terms with it. I accept that I have a body that requires food and oxygen. But there is some other component that is extra material, perhaps supernatural as we understand natural. And it's very difficult for a person like me to live without some access to that.
Had you started to attain success while being an addict?
A little bit of success. But I think that addiction is wrongly diagnosed. I think addiction is the tendency, not the symptom. I think that before I started